Despite poor reviews and box office run, this Angelina Jolie rom-com is now a hit online 23 years later. Angelina Jolie is mostly known as a highly profitable action star, especially for her run in the early 2000s. Even at the height of her stardom, her projects were plagued with poor reviews. Her 2002 rom-com Life, or Something Like It, was no exception. Even though it premiered 3 years after her Oscar for 1999's Girl, Interrupted, and in the midst of her Tomb Raider fame, the rom-com was a major critical and commercial failure. However, many projects get an afterlife on streaming, and Tudum reports Jolie's Life, or Something Like It, was a major hit on Netflix following its debut on streaming. For the week between April 14th and 20th, Life, or Something Like It, debuted in 3rd place in the global charts. The rom-com received encouraging numbers, with 5.5 million views and 9.6 million hours viewed. Life, or Something Like It, debuted in the top 10 in 24 countries across South and North America, Europe, and Asia. In the US, the Angelina Jolie-led film was in 2nd place behind Dutch thriller I Hostage. Globally, it stayed behind reigning rom-com The Life list, topping the charts for a 4th week in a row, and the new South African comedy Meet the Kumalos. In Life, or Something Like It, Angelina Jolie plays Lainey Kerrigan, a feature reporter at a Seattle television series. While she leads a very comfortable life, her encounter with a seer makes her reevaluate her life and find herself. The movie was directed by Stephen Hurek from a script by John Scott Shepherd and Dana Stevens, and also starred Edward Burns, Saving Private Ryan, and Christian Kane, Angel. Life, or Something Like It, was critically panned, with an abysmal 28% from the critics and 44% from the audience. It also had a disastrous box office run. The rom-com had a high budget of $40 million, but only grossed $14.4 million. Life, or Something Like It, continued an unfortunate Rotten Tomatoes trend for Angelina Jolie. As a lead actress, Angelina Jolie brought over $3.6 billion at the worldwide box office, becoming one of the ultimate A-listers. Since the late 90s until almost the mid-2000s, Angelina Jolie had an unfortunate Rotten Tomatoes trend with only poor reviews from the critics, although some of her titles received positive comments from the audience. Life, or Something Like It, was in the midst of that trend. Since 1998's Hell's Kitchen NYC, which had a 40% score from the critics and 36% from the audience, Jolie's films only received poor reviews until 2004's Sky Captain and The World of Tomorrow, which had 71% from the critics and 46% from the audience. In total, she had a consecutive streak of 11 poorly reviewed films, although some of them became classics, including Girl, Interrupted, which gave her an Oscar, with 84% from the audience, 1999's The Bone Collection, 2000's Gone in 60 Seconds, and her 2 Lara Croft, Tomb Raider films.